What up, everybody? It's your boy Snow.
Lieutenant Dan here.
Sorry about the late update, or upload, I guess you should say. We were supposed to record a video on Monday, and we in fact did start recording a video on Monday. Do you care to tell the class what happened?
Halfway through, well, not even halfway through recording.
It was about 30 minutes through.
My phone decided that it didn't want to record anymore. Even though I still had available storage, my phone was like, eat a dick.
So I was in no mood to re-record and re-say everything that we had just said. Excuse me. I know I burp a lot. Sorry, guys. It's because right before we get done, ready to shoot, I'll sit here and drink a whole bunch of soda and stuff. So I apologize. As you guys seen in our last video, I fart a lot right in her face. It's pretty great. It's pretty awesome. Top notch.
Great.
Basically, just have your face motorboat my cheeks. It's like, burn.
I'll be sitting there like earlier. I was sitting doing my makeup, and just all of a sudden, his ass.
Nalgas. Right there.
Luckily, rarely do they smell.
Yes.
They only seem to smell when it's not in my face.
Right? And then I'll like waft them. Yeah, the first time I farted and like you know what we're doing.
Wafting is.
Yeah, so I'd sit there and she looked at me, she was like, it was the very first time, she said, "Are you wafting it at me?" I was like, "Yes." So then the other day I was like this and then like just pushing it, and she's like, "Are you airbending a fart at me?" I was like, "Yes."
Next thing, he's gonna like bottle one up and send it to me in the mail.
I for sure would, dude. If I could get like a scientist grade capsule.
Capsule.
Yeah. I hate whenever they say it like that, so I had to give you one of those. If I can get like one of them, I would definitely fart in it, seal it like an ampule, and then...
Like one of those negative pressure tubes.
Yeah, for sure. You'd be like, what? I'm like, dude, yo, I got this new cologne. I wanted you to smell it. Why didn't you bring me the bottle? Stop worrying about it. Break the vial, sniff it.
Here's a vial if you're ever sad or you really don't like someone. Smash that shit.
So I did like the conversation we were having on Monday. We were talking about different conspiracies and shit like that. Mm-hmm. So I kind of want to, go over those again. Because there's some pretty crazy people who believe some pretty crazy things. But the first one would be Flat Earth. It's always popular with kids. I think Flat Earth is absolutely insane. Anybody who actually believes that, like, hello, caveman, nice to fucking meet you.
Sign me up for the crazy train.
I think it's insane because you can't win an argument with a flat earther. Because anytime you try to reason with them and explain to them third grade statistics, they change the rules like a third grader. They're like, well, no, you don't even understand. If I were to take a compass and walk straight east, I would actually be going north. And then I would, like, as soon as I get up there, it's going to change, and then I'm going to be doing a circle around, so you'll never actually be able to walk to the end of the earth. Like, dumbass.
Like, if it's flat, you should just be able to walk straight in one direction and fall off that bitch.
Yeah, no matter which...
It doesn't matter what direction you're going.
Pick a direction.
If it's flat, walk straight, you'll eventually fall off.
Yeah. I just think it's ridiculous. And the thing for me with conspiracies... I know your argument is you like to listen to conspiracies because you like to hear different people's standpoints on it, right? Mm-hmm. My thought on it is how much of a waste of time it is for certain conspiracies that are just so, like, profoundly stupid. And my biggest thing with it is, why? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't understand if the Earth was actually flat. What's the benefit? Who's benefiting what off of convincing us that it's a sphere?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I've tried looking into it and they're like, well, it's for control, bro. Like, okay.
Controlling what?
How does that control? Like, the Earth is definitely a ball. It's definitely round. Mm-hmm. Well, it's not even round. It's kind of, it's got its bumps.
It's a little warped.
Yeah, it's a little fucked up looking. But the general shape.
General sense, it's a sphere.
Yes. That doesn't control my life in any way, shape, or form. It's like, oh, the Earth is a sphere.
Like, okay, cool.
I don't even think about it on the daily.
It's like you don't think about the fact that the sky is blue. Like,
no.
Okay, cool.
Oh, wait, what? The sky is purple.
I don't know if you've checked out Fox News lately, but
it's fake news. Obviously. Democrats are going to be over here. I just don't understand. Like, there's some conspiracy that are interesting. I feel like they're more thought experiments. You know what I mean? Because there's real conspiracies out there that have been proven that aren't some big overlord who's like, nah, you'll never believe this. Ha ha ha. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's some real ass conspiracies out there that have been proven. They're like, no, this is what's up. This is what happened. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, for instance, in the 80s, the CIA was complacent in letting cocaine go to the inner city and fund the crack epidemic. They didn't do it per se, but they knew it was happening.
They just didn't stop
and they
it.
did nothing to stop it. That's a conspiracy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That ruined a lot of people's lives. There's a lot of people who are still in prison right now and are never going to get out because of those actions. That's a conspiracy. But this whole flat earth or Sandy Hook didn't happen or UFOs are here right now, who benefits from this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, who is it helping?
Like, I don't understand it.
Along with the control thing, how is it, like, what are they what's their goal? What's their end game?
Like, is it money?
Yeah.
And if so, how are they making money off of round earth?
Like, what's your end game? Are you trying, I just don't understand.
Yeah, I don't understand it either. Like, the Denver airport, that's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people talk about, you know,
Being part of,
9 years ago, it was the New World Order. They built this.
like Illuminati headquarters or something.
Not even Illuminati, it's Freemasons.
I thought it was Illuminati.
Because there's Masonic emblems at the Denver airport. So, the Freemasons and Illuminati are complete.
I just thought I
opposites.
read somewhere that the Illuminati was involved with the Denver airport.
No. That's another one, too. The Illuminati. Everybody says Illuminati, and they're like the big bad of the world. Do they even exist? If you look at, like, the origin of the word, Illuminati means the illuminated ones. Like, the ones with the knowledge is basically what it means. So somehow Illuminati has been turned into, like, devil worshipping, sacrifice, like, celebrity sacrifices. Anytime somebody dies, Charlie Sheen could overdose on fucking whatever, and they'd be like, oh, he was a blood sacrifice. Like, it's so dumb. There's so many just dumb shits out there.
Do you know who's head of the Illuminati?
Who?
Queen Bee, Beyonce.
Yeah, her and Jay-Z, they've been, everybody says that. I just feel like with all these crazy conspiracies and conspiracy theorists, this is an example of how free speech doesn't work all the time. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things, like, just because you have the right doesn't mean you should exercise it.
Like,
Just thought.
just a comment, just a concern. I don't remember, I think it was in a stand-up, but talking about how if we're going to have the right to free speech, we should also have the right to the...
Michael Shea.
Michael Shea, yeah.
He's like, if number one is free speech, I can say whatever the fuck I want about you. Number two means you definitely gotta have a gun. Michael Shea is hilarious. If you guys haven't seen him, he's got a Netflix special that's hilarious.
It's so funny.
It's really good.
We watched
I
it.
definitely want to, from here on out, I'm going to start giving you guys recommendations for movies and stand-ups, because Joke Castle. Half of what Joke Castle is built on is movie references, stand-up references, and video references.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's kind of fitting. We can tell you what we've been into, and if you guys like them, let us know. If there's some suggestions you guys have for us, let us know.
Yeah.
Because I'm all about watching new stuff. I know you not so much. You watch the same 5 things.
Yeah, I really only watch new stuff if he's like, hey, I'm showing you a new movie, sit down and watch it.
What was that fucking conspiracy that you knew a whole bunch about?
The Titanic?
Yeah. Let's hear about that one.
Basically, it's just like, so there was a ship being built, like, around the same time as the Titanic. And it was done before the Titanic and was sent out and got into a shipwreck. And, like, the left, whatever the fuck, side of it got fucked up, like the rotor, what, engine, I don't fucking know.
I know let's rewind it really quick. I said the one that you know a bunch about.
I just don't know what it's called.
Remember that sympathy diploma we were talking about in our last video?
I pissed off my senior year English teacher with this conspiracy theory, but that's another story.
We need to have that person on the podcast.
Fuck that guy.
So we're definitely gonna get this guy. What's his name?
Mr. Howell. Jamie Howell.
Jamie Howell. We're getting you on the podcast, sir.
The first thing he said to
I'm
me,
on your side. Fuck her.
You're gonna support this. The first thing he said to me after not seeing me for a year was, "Hey, Abby, you've gained weight." Bitch! I had, but, like, don't say that to me. Like, oh, you're balding and you have a pot belly. Congratulations.
Are you bald shaming him?
Yeah, I sure was.
Alright, so the left motor, bracket, whatever the fuck it is you're talking about.
The bracket one.
The left picture frame.
A screw fell out on the left one.
But hey, all jokes aside, that's seriously how most of these conspiracies go. It'll be like, oh, the moon landing is fake because if you look at the dust particle that's over here in the northern quadrant of the picture, it's clearly brown. And then in this one, it's neon blue. Fake news.
That's exactly how they all go.
It's always like the most nitpicky shit.
Like, do you see this paint chip missing on that one corner of that one window? It's not missing in this picture.
Yeah. And they're like, obviously this is fucking fake. Like,
Well,
sometimes shit just happens, bro. Like, that's a bad example because I don't know if you're just are you making up a fake scenario right now of like a paint chip missing?
yeah.
Okay. So if that was like a real thing about a real picture, I haven't seen, whatever it is. So it's one of those things, if you're going to disprove whatever it is this crazy batshit person is saying, like, oh, well, this is different than this, you obviously have to take all this time to fucking study that shit and be like, well, this is why it's different.
Yeah.
But if you can't do that on the spot, they're like, see, gotcha. Big Global is they're changing you. They're controlling you. They're always looking for that gotcha moment, is what I've noticed.
Gotcha.
It's always the gotcha moment. Watch out for that gotcha moment, all right?
And that's, like, what they thrive on, is that
Oh.
one little gotcha.
Yep.
Like, you could have 10 million points against their one gotcha, and they're still like, but gotcha!
Yeah,
Like, bitch.
yeah. I have a point back to Flat Earth, but keep going with your Titanic.
Okay. So, the ship, the left side of it got fucked up. A little paint chip fell. Okay. And so they took it back and they like put it in the dock or port, whatever, I don't know, ship terms. Put it in the same
In the boathouse.
They put it in the same spot of the ocean as the Titanic. And so they're right next to each other and they look like, if you see pictures of the two side by side at first glance, you wouldn't be able to tell a difference except for the number of windows on the side and like a couple other small details. And so the theory is that instead of sending out the like newly built Titanic, they just kind of put a quick little Band-Aid on the first ship, called that one the Titanic, sent it out, so like in hopes that something would happen, whether it was crashing into an iceberg or just the Band-Aid coming off. And then they can take all that money that they get through insurance and use that to make the Titanic better than it was.
See, this is why it's such like a juicy conspiracy, because everybody's going to get on board with one, insurance fraud, and two, money. If you can put money behind any conspiracy, automatically it gets traction because people know that people are greedy.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason I'm not buying into this is that just seems like...
It seems like a lot of work and like a lot of lives.
Yeah, I know that there's some bad people out there. Stalin existed, Mao existed, Hitler existed. There's bad people out there. But for what you're painting for an insurance claim, that's real evil for such a little payoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it may be millions of dollars, or hundreds of thousands of dollars that translates into millions or billions of dollars now. But for a boat, basically, it's a couple hundred people that you're saying, fuck it, I hope that they die. That way I can get a bigger boat.
But to play devil's advocate to myself, where's the other ship after the Titanic sank? What happened to it? Like, wouldn't you think that after, like, if it was a big insurance thing, wouldn't you think, oh, it sank, we got this money, now we're putting all of it into this new bigger ship.
Yeah, where's Titanic 2.0, aka the one that won't sink?
Coming 2021.
Yeah.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Because they knew, they were like, hey, bro, if we put it out in 2020, 2020 is going to be like, oh yeah, bitch? I haven't shown you enough? Hold my other beer. Double sink.
That was like a news article about Titanic, the second Titanic, 2021, and someone commented, well, good thing we melted all the icebergs.
Fucking crazy. I feel like a lot of times for these conspiracies, people attribute just dumb luck or just people just being dumb as shit to some mastermind, some evil mastermind. I feel like people have watched too much 007 and Austin Powers.
Too much Despicable Me.
Yeah, and they're just like, oh, well, there has to be a guy out there just, I'll fucking kill all these people and I'll make all the money.
Okay.
When a lot of times it's just dumb people who are incompetent.
People are like, there's genuinely, like, Bilbos out there who are going to follow through with what they say.
Right? We're going to sink some cruise ships. Get on the ground.
We're lowering population while also creating jobs.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, there are some genuine conspiracies out there.
There are, like, genuine proven to be true conspiracies out there, but then there's other ones.
All like, these dumb shits. Like, back to the Flat Earth one that I was going to say. There's a dumb shit on YouTube that literally bought a plane ticket, took a construction level. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. The one with the little bubble?
Like the little bubble.
And he put it on the armrest. And he's like, well, you know, if we're going around a curve, then at some point the plane should, you know, do this so it can curve on the other side and then you'll see the bubble. And because it doesn't, he literally looks over with the most smug look at the camera and is like, and it's like, you fucking moron.
First of all, I don't know that bubble wouldn't move at all because you're on a fucking plane in mid-air.
Turbulence.
There's no way that pilot kept that plane going in a straight fucking level line the entire flight.
Yeah.
That's not a thing.
Flat Earth or round Earth.
First of all, that's not a thing. Second of all, what?
Yeah, I love how Flat Earthers, this isn't the Flat Earth podcast. It's just, this is the one I know the most about. This and Scientology. But that's a whole different, if y'all want to hear my rant about Scientology, you let me know. Because I went down a whole rabbit hole just to learn what these crazy fucks believe. And it's insane. It's pretty good. It's a goof, a gaff, a splaff, and a loof. You know what I'm saying? It's a real hoot. So, rhymes. I'm a fucking moron. So, what I love about Flat Earthers is they all act like we have the fucking vision of an eagle or a hawk. Like, they act as if the Earth is so tiny that you'd be able to see the curve.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, well, if I'm in New York City, why aren't some of the buildings higher than others and at a curve and at an angle? Because, you dipshit, the Earth is pretty fucking big. If we're talking about mass in the solar system, it's not that big. But to us, on planet Earth, it's pretty fucking big.
Like, even like, okay, West Texas is flat as fuck. Naturally.
Fuck West Texas.
Like, one of my favorite things to ever come out of West Texas is you can watch your dog run away from your driveway, you can watch your dog run away for 2 weeks straight. Because it's so fucking flat.
Fuck West Texas. It's the ugliest place in America. Hands down.
90%.
That and, like, Utah. You know what I'm saying?
I've never been to Utah.
Or Wyoming. Ugh.
Fuck Wyoming.
Ugh.
Fuck Wyoming.
Jesus
Wyoming is a bunch
Christ.
of Duck Dynasty looking motherfuckers on meth.
Gross. That's just the people. We ain't even talking about the people. I'm just talking about the land. Because
remember-
it's like, it's snowy, which I love the snow. But then it's like West Texas, but with snow. It's just flat, and you'll see like some frozen tumbleweeds.
I was driving
Because
with your mom, and it was like 7 a.m., like the last hour of our 18-hour drive, and we were both slap happy as shit. And I was like, if you look out your window, you'll see a bunch of dead sticks and grass, and if you turn 90 degrees to your right, you're still gonna see a bunch of fucking dead sticks and grass. Like, that's all it is. It's like West Texas, but the whole state. There's nothing pretty, except for like isn't Yellowstone in Wyoming?
Is Yellowstone in Wyoming?
I think
This is the problem with two dumb shits running a podcast. There's gonna be a fair amount from here on out of us Googling shit while we are talking because we're both full of shit. Spoiler alert. If you want to unsubscribe now, I won't blame you. I hope you don't. Stay tuned. We do have funny stuff coming out.
Yellowstone.
But we're dumb.
But, like, I'm pretty sure it is in Wyoming. And if it is, it's the only fucking beautiful thing in Wyoming.
I mean, I'm sure up towards, like, the northern border of Wyoming, it looks nicer. But for the most of it, it just looks like a fucking dog puke pile. It's pretty fucking gross. I'm not a fan.
Not a fan.
I got a lot of family up in Wyoming, and it is just not my jam, my jelly, or my toast.
This is about me being stupid. It's taking me a whole minute.
Oh, I know. Whenever I'm tattooing, I'll ask her to look something up because these kind of conversations are what we have with people while I'm tattooing them. So I don't want to be full of shit. You know what I mean? If I'm saying something, I want to make sure that I actually know what I'm talking about.
Wyoming.
Okay, hey.
Hey, I know something.
So I'll have her Google it, and then it takes like 30 minutes. And she's the worst Googler because she'll literally just like scroll and she'll be like, oh yeah, well the headlines say this, so it must be true. I'm like,
I'm doing
care
better.
to look into it anymore. You have been doing better, but for the longest time, she'd be like, frogs are gay, okay. It's like, you read a headline.
If any of y'all need a personal assistant, call me.
Yeah, because I'm firing her. Fucking, speaking of damn space and flat earths and all this other crazy shit.
Flat earths.
Yeah, for sure. Fake news. How crazy is it that space travel exists? Like,
right?
You know how scary that shit had to have been to be the first people to do it? Like, you're sitting in here with this fucking crazy ass, like, rudimentary rocket ship. And you're just, like, fucking terrified. And as they're coming up to seal you in, they just walk up and they're like, all right, guys, check it out. See those guys over there with the Coke bottle glasses? They've been crunching some numbers. We're pretty sure we're going to be able to send you off in this metal fucking dick into the sky. If you don't blow up within the first 3 to 10 seconds, you should be okay.
Should be.
Take it easy. Smell you later. And then you're just fucking sitting there just terrified. Just leaving on a jet plane. Just fucking scared. Because how many... Dude, there's been so many... The Challenger, I think one of the Apollos blew up. Yeah. Like, there's so many of them.
I think I read somewhere that, like, 550 astronauts and cosmonauts have died. 500?
There's no way. Dude, there would be fucking blood running down the streets. People would be going up to NASA with fucking pitchforks just, I'm gonna fong all of you guys. Just, it would be the purge at NASA. 500? You killed 1,000 people. Now this happens. I'm gonna fong all of you.
Fong. I love it. It's so calmly aggressive.
Fong? Yeah, that's from that movie. Fong! That's from that movie A Knight's Tale. Remember?
Yes, with what's his face?
Fuck, he played the Joker.
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger, yeah. Yeah, that was one of his most, like, underrated but really good movies. I love A Knight's Tale, dude.
I remember when you first told me about it, I was like...
There was that little soulless ginger that was real mad at everybody. He's like, I will bong you. And I had to look it up. I'm pretty sure bonging is just, like, impaling somebody, I think. But here we go, another 2 hours to figure out what the word fong means.
What's my name?
Hey, Jamie, will you pull this up for me really quick? So while she's doing that, there's this video game that her and I played.
Trying to look it up in Google Maps.
You're gonna look up fonging in Google Maps. You absolute legend. There's this game there, and I played for quite some fucking time. If any of you guys are familiar with PC gaming, there's a game called Rust. And basically what it is you start off... Did you look it up already?
It just means to kick.
To kick?
To kick.
To fong somebody means to kick. How whack.
Grossly underwhelming.
I thought for sure it was like impaling somebody.
I did too.
Why didn't he just say kick? Now I'm mad at him. Fuck that guy.
Now I want to fong.
We're gonna go double fong him, but our way.
With a turkey baster?
With a turkey baster. So, there's this game called Rust, and basically you start off naked on a beach, and you just go and you hit wood and stone, and you build a base, and then you go and you learn technology, you learn how to build guns and shit, and then you go raid other people's bases, you blow up their base and steal all their shit. So there's a cheap, like, Chinese knockoff that they made for mobile that we got real into. Like, to the point where our clients would know, because every night between 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. is whenever your base is susceptible to being raided. That's whenever your base isn't protected and people can actually come raid you. So one of us would have to be on at all times during that, what is it, 5-hour gap? So my clients would be like, oh, hey, you know, how's the game going? You guys been raided? You guys raiding people? And whenever we stopped playing, some of my clients were genuinely like, are you fucking kidding me? You guys stopped?
We're genuinely like, what?
Yeah, because for like 9 months, we played it every single day. There was no days off.
For at least, at minimum, those 5 hours.
Yeah, a minimum.
Bare minimum. I don't think there actually was a day that we only played those 5 hours.
Yeah, it was rare. So we put a lot of time into this. I mean, over quarantine, I put like 500 hours into it. Like, it was insane.
I think in total I had like 1,100 hours.
Yeah, I had like 1,600.
Yeah.
Excuse me. There we go again with the burps. Shout out to you, boy, Young Burpee. So I'm pretty bummed out. Like, I missed the game because you meet actual people on there and you play with them. You become friends with them. Some of those people are subscribed. Shout out my boy Hishka. What up? OG if you're watching.
Lemon.
Yeah. I mean, I'm talking about subscribers. Like, we have at least 2 of them that we play with are subscribed to the channel. They've commented in previous videos. So we've met like genuine people that we consider friends that we talk to outside the game. Because you spend so much time just group chatting with them in the game, and you spend so much time hanging out with them. It's cool. You know what I mean?
It is.
Gaming isn't the same as it was back in the 70s, 80s, where you'd go to an arcade. Now it's a whole online world where you actually can meet people off of there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like, I miss having those times to be able to hang out with those people and talk with them. We would go and do pretty cool and petty stuff in the game.
Yes, we would.
Like Lieutenant Dan over here, as you guys see, her hand situation is reckless.
It's kind of not there.
So it got to the point where we built such a name for ourselves in the game that anytime they would see her name pop up in the death feed, the entire server would be like, oh no.
Oh no.
Lieutenant Dan. They'd be like, God help whoever just killed her. Because what was the one guy, what did he do to you and what did we do to him? You go ahead and tell the class.
So, in the game, you have to, there's just like these roads in game that you have to go hit barrels to get like spare, which is, you need that to build things in the game. So, because my hand situation is a little questionable, I would usually just go hit barrels instead of like being a part of like the raids and things like that. Because that's what I'm better at. So there was one wipe that we played, and
really quick, I'm gonna explain a wipe. Okay. So every 14 days. So you build on one server for 14 days, and you play, and at the end of that 14th day, the server wipes. It goes back to 0. Everybody loses everything, and you have to move to a new server and start completely new. A lot of people find this tedious. It's one of my favorite features about the game because it keeps everybody on a level playing field. Because you could have like legions full of 15 people. There'll be 5 legions, 5 times 15, and those people could run the entire game if they didn't wipe the servers. So that's what a wipe is.
Yeah. So, like, every time I would go out to farm in this wipe, this same fucking dude would kill me. Every time.
And take all of her shit.
Take
Because
all
whenever
my
you
shit.
die, you drop everything you have on you.
Yeah. And so, what we did was one of our other teammates was leaving the server, and he had all these autocannons, and so we went from like up here in the map.
He gave us his entire base with these like machine gun turrets.
There were like 30 of them.
Yeah, so many.
So
And you can't pick them up and put them in your inventory. You have to physically go over, pick them up, and then carry them to wherever you want to place them.
and if you like accidentally click like the jump button or something, you drop it and you gotta go back, pick it back up, go over.
You have to go to the beginning of where you started carrying it
Yeah.
because it has to be on a platform. It can't fall on the ground. So it's a long fucking process.
Like a long process.
It took us 2 hours to do what she's about to tell you.
Just this part took
Yeah.
2 hours of going, and with both of us doing it,
Mhm.
going, picking up an autocannon, running it from like way up here where his base was to way down here where our base was, and we built a couple platforms at our base, ran them all to our base, sat them down, and then we went, and the dude's base who kept killing me was like
Right next to our base. They're
Right
not
next
going to
to
be able
our
to keep
base.
track.
Clearly. So we went and built, I think, 4 or 5,
It was 6.
6?
There's 3 on each side.
6 big ass towers and placed all of the autocannons like between these 6 towers. So every time they opened the door to their base, whether they were trying to leave like through the main ground entrance or trying to like fly away with these like this glider feature that there was, they got popped.
Yeah, anytime they tried to leave their base or run into their base, they got killed.
In total, I think this process took us about 3.5 hours.
Yeah, to build all the platforms, upgrade them, and then move everything over there and then fill them, it was about 3.5 hours. But as a result, he fucking quit the server. And then we went and wiped his base. So at the end of a wipe, there's 3 days that your base is not protected at all at any hour of the day. And you can actually foundation wipe them. So you go and you break the foundations and their entire base just deletes.
So before that 3-day period, you can break their base and break the walls, but it doesn't completely break them. Like you can click, like whoever's base it is can quickly go in, push a button, and fix all of it. But
Yeah.
during those 3 days, there's no quickly
protection.
pushing a button. It's just gone.
Yeah, once you destroy a wall, it doesn't turn transparent and you can run through it, it's gone. So the last 3 days of the wipe are the most stressful. There's a lot more nuance to the game, but we fucking wrecked people on there. So there was that petty ass thing that we did. I feel like there was another story I was going to tell about the game. Oh, 8. So there's this guy named 8 Blight on the game that is the biggest pussy ever. So I had taken a break from the game mid-wipe once, and I was the captain of the Legion, which I bought for like $3. I bought the Legion, and that means I own it. I can control what happens in it. So I brought all of our friends in, and then we brought in this new guy, and he was just kind of like this shit-talking little girl. He's like a 38-year-old dude, almost 40. And he was talking shit about me to the other people in the Legion because I wasn't playing. And then I don't remember what happened to make him kill all of us, but he basically killed all of us while we weren't on the game and then deleted the base so we didn't have any of our resources. So what we did, because we're very petty, is we found somebody in the game that we paid basically nothing to.
Yeah.
We gave him like nothing. And it was like, hey, go join 8's Legion inside him. We want you to learn all of his codes. Delete. Once he puts you on his cabinet, you control his base too. You're a co-creator of the base. So he could go over and delete his tool cabinet, which then he places his own tool cabinet, and then 8's locked out. So we incited him. He fucking killed 8, killed everybody else inside that base, took over the base, and gave us everything from inside of it. So then 8 got real mad. This 38 to 40-year-old guy was yelling in a video game that he hopes that we all in the real world get cancer and die, and that he hates us, is what he said. And we get a good chuckle about that. So.
Yeah. We made that guy real mad.
Yeah, in the game, if there's somebody making us mad, we were trying to figure out how we're going to get back at him. We're like, yo, you want to 8 him? And we're like, nah, he didn't do anything that bad. We're not going to 8 him. But it was pretty good times. I miss that game.
I missed that game too.
Every now and then we think about going back, but they did a whole bunch of shit on it. I'm not going to get into it. It's just, we stopped playing the game.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
But
I'm
like,
sure you guys didn't even want to hear what we just said about the game, but we felt pretty passionately about the game.
We did.
It was a pretty fucking cool game.
It was. I liked that game a lot. I remember I only downloaded the game originally to just help him out, and then I got really into the game and was like,
It's
alright,
very
so.
addicting. It's very addicting.
Yeah.
So, I have learned that we got supporters all around, from my clients to family to everybody. So, anybody who comes in and gets tattooed by me, thank you. I sincerely appreciate you guys. To my Arizona family, thank you guys for supporting. I really appreciate you coming in and watching our stupid faces. We've looked up the analytics, and the amount of hours that have been spent watching our dumb fucking faces is insane. And it makes me so happy, and I get so giddy. And I just wanted to pause the podcast to seriously thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. You've taken the time to watch our videos. You've subscribed. If you guys do leave likes, thank you. Whatever.
Just for
Seriously.
all that y'all are doing, thank you. And to my one thank you, Dad, for supporting.
Yeah.
My one supporter from my family.
The only person who supports you from your family.
Thanks, Dad. Love
we really
you.
appreciate you. Her dad is a pharmacist, and we are working on getting a interview with him. So I'm looking forward to that. If that's something you guys want to hear, let us know. We're going to be asking all kind of questions about the way the pharmacy world works, and
he's kind of camera shy, so
yeah, it's going to probably be him behind the camera, and we're in our stupid positions. But
still trying to fully convince him. So looking like it's going to happen.
It might happen. So let us know. If ever we wanted you guys to comment and let us know what's up, let us know if that's something you guys want to see. If you guys want to see a more, I wouldn't say serious, because we're still going to be our ridiculous selves, but it's going to be more of a professional interview. And if that is something you guys do want to see, and there's some questions you guys have, let us know, and we'll make sure we ask them.
Yeah.
Because I'm always fascinated to learn about anything I can.
And if you have any ideas for if you're interested in the interview thing, people we should interview.
Yeah, because we've been tossing it around. There's a lot of different people we'd like to have as guests on the podcast that we can have, some serious interviews with, but still have a good time, because we're fucking ridiculous as it is always.
Just comment or message us on our Instagram.
Yeah.
Joke Castle Podcast.
Joke Castle Podcast on Instagrams. So now that that is out of the way, I
Thank you, sponsors.
I had a crazy thought the other day. You remember growing up, we would watch all these kid movies about these regular ass objects that come to life. So be it your toys, yeah, stuff like that. And I just thought how crazy it is that I thought that was real shit whenever I was a kid. But
like Wonder Pets? I thought those shits when I was a kid, I was so real. And then my friend told me, because not that genuinely they were talking animals, but that they used real animals, and just animated the faces or whatever. And then my friend told me that they were cardboard cutouts, and I remember I got so mad at her. I was like, you need to leave me alone. And I did not let her talk to me for an hour.
Gotcha.
I was so mad. Sorry, that was off topic, but
hey, it works. What I was gonna say is, imagine if regular ass items like your boxers could come to life and talk. Be like, dude, do you understand how many farts you've blasted through me? Don't fucking talk to me. You do nothing but breathe your asshole air at me. Or like boxer briefs, like, you really just gonna pop your dick out through my nose? Is that really what we're gonna do? Now you're gonna talk to me? You know what I mean? Or like your fucking bed can articulate how many loads you've dumped into it. And it's like, dude, stop talking. We're not on fucking speaking terms anymore. That'd be a horrifying world to live in. You know what I mean?
The things that come out of your mouth.
Dude, this is how my brain works. This is why I can't sleep at night. Because I'll just literally lay in bed at night thinking of like, what if, dude? Like, what if your boxers be like, yo, you literally do nothing but fart through me?
Some people who know us in real life, out in the wild, ask me, why do you stay friends with him? Because every now and then he says crazy off-the-wall shit like that, and it's very entertaining.
I definitely think
That
about
would
the
be
most
like...
random shit. That'd be terrifying, dude.
I'd be fucking, like...
Like a fucking...
Could you imagine if my, like, legs were like, yo...
We can't hold you no more. They're just trying to tap out.
I'd be like, will you please quit falling, bitch?
Right? Or like a tampon, like, I don't want to go in there! No! You know what I mean?
Or like... Never mind, that's gross.
As opposed to what I've been talking about. It's just crazy to think of like your everyday things that you touch and interact with, and like if they could talk back to you.
Or like if every time you went to turn a doorknob, it was like, ow!
Yeah, you'd be like, Jesus
Like
Christ.
you're squeezing too hard. Fuck. Name of your sex tape.
Fucking insane, man. It's an insane world.
That's
You want to hear a fun fact?
always.
Did you know that Nikola Tesla was in love with a pigeon? The guy
I did not.
who invented the Tesla coil, and the guy that was a big proponent of arguing the AC versus DC, alternating current and direct current, the guy that was arguing that and trying to give us free electricity was in love with a pigeon. He never married, but he was in love romantically with a pigeon. Not sexually, he wasn't trying to bang a pigeon, but he was in love with a pigeon, and he believed that it flew into his room to let him know that it was dying.
I don't know how you know these things. Like...
I was like the little pause. You're like, I don't know how you know these things. Remind me
Who
you
knows
are
these
again.
things?
I-
Who just says, you want to know a fun fact? Nikola Tesla was in love with a pigeon.
It's
like,
insane.
bitch, what?
It's insane because
But
he's.
also, I know someone he'd be good friends with.
Ooh.
Walter from Spies in Disguise.
Oh.
Spy in Disguise.
I know you
Fun
keep saying
fact.
spies in disguise.
Fun fact, pigeons have a cloaca.
I hate you so much.
If you don't know what a cloaca is, look it up.
It's a fun time. Get put on the same watch list that we are.
I don't know how I'm not.
I've literally tried to get her put on a watch list just to see what happened, because we all know, excuse me, we all hear these things growing up that if you Google this, if you Google that, then the Secret Service is going to come talk to you. It's bullshit.
It's complete bullshit. I'm here to prove I'm still here.
I Google on her phone the most reckless things. I don't know, can we even talk about what it is I Google?
If I Googled it, it's on my Google account, so why not just throw it in a YouTube video?
Like, I've Googled on her phone, like...
We're already not monetized. Gonna be monetized.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like this is like video evidence. Let's not. Let's not.
Now the people but like, what could be so bad?
It's pretty fucking bad.
It's bad, and just, I should be, if that was real, genuinely, if it was
Then
real,
you would have
I
for sure been pulled in
genuinely
for
be on a watch
interrogation.
list right now.
Not only a watch list, you would have for
Been-
sure been pulled in for an interrogation.
Yeah,
For sure.
so, fake news.
Fake news. I'm not saying go out there and Google reckless shit. I'm not responsible for what you do. But in our research, It appears to be bullshit.
Conspiracy theory disproven.
Yeah. The hell? I took notes. I took notes because I didn't want to forget. And then she got all awkwardly quiet while I'm trying to make sense of my gibberish ass notes.
The hell?
I hate you so much.
What the hell?
You also have hair in your mouth. There you go.
I know, I felt it.
Good job.
Thank you.
Limpy long stockings.
Thanks. So sweet.
What are some of your favorite YouTube channels that you watch?
Jenna Marbles, who sadly is no longer on YouTube. But Nikki Glamour, I love her. Kendall Ray, Jessie Smiles, Brandon Ferris.
Brandon Ferris is hilarious.
Love his videos to death. Who else do I watch? Taylor Swift, she has a good.
I hate her so much. So I'm just gonna interrupt
I think that's
now.
it.
I like watching a lot of different random shit. I watch Your Mom's House podcast, Joe Rogan, Bert Kreischer's podcast. I like this channel. I just found this channel not that long ago. It's called Tasting History. Have you ever seen it?
Mm-mm.
It's fascinating. It's this gay dude in California who will get old, like the first cookbooks, and then make the food that's from that. And then he'll start making whatever food, and then it'll break into like the history of it. So the last one I watched was on tamales. It's fascinating. I didn't even know that much history about tamales. Like the first ones, they're actually really important to like Aztec and Mayan culture.
Really?
For real. Because in Aztec lore, humans came... the Aztec gods tried to make humans out of mud, but then whenever it would rain, they would dissolve. Then they tried making them out of wood, like bark, and that didn't work, so they turned into monkeys. And that's why we have monkeys. So then they ended up making humans out of red and yellow corn. And that's why masa and shit like that is so important and such a staple in Mexican cuisine, because the gods believe, it makes sense.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So he goes into like how the first tamales might have been made, and he'll make them, eat them, and tell you if it's worth trying to make. And he does that for Greek, like ancient Greek recipes. It's really fucking fascinating.
So, like, the opposite of what Brandon Ferris does.
Yeah, the absolute opposite of what Brandon Ferris does. Yeah, it's a good time. But for real, it's really fascinating. I really
That
like
sounds
watching his videos. You should definitely check them out sometime.
You'll have to send me one.
I feel like we're the worst YouTubers because we're just like, hey, you guys want to know how to not watch our channel and what you should watch?
So, fuck our channel. What you really need to be watching is...
But
there's a list of movies, YouTube channels, stand-ups, podcasts.
anything to not watch us. But I also feel like a lot of times other YouTubers don't help each other out unless if they're benefiting from it. So it's like, oh, you're either going to come on my channel or I'm not helping promote you.
Yeah, and also...
But-
like, I think it's fun to, like, talk about the different things that we like to watch because it's what we reference. So
Yeah.
if you pay attention and, like, actually watch the things that we do, you'll understand our gibberish-ass shit that we say.
Yeah, because there's going to be a lot of things that we'll say that are in reference to other things we watch. So, like, Your Mom's House podcast. They have the mommies and jeans and all this other stuff.
Mommy thinks jeans.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff that we will say. If I talk about like a double pipe classic, you guys aren't going to know what that is, but a double pipe classic is where you burp and fart at the same time. Double pipe classic, it's rare. You don't always get one of them. So there's little things like that that we'll say to each other, and if you guys know the lore of all that, then you'll know how we talk.
Yeah.
And why we talk the way we do.
We'll have whole ass conversations and then be like, if anyone else heard us, they'd put us, like, lock us up.
Yeah, they'd be like, what the fuck are they even saying right now?
But it's all in reference to something.
Yeah.
And not even, like we don't reference, like, one bit from one thing. It'll be 5 different TV shows and movies that we reference all in one sentence.
We are ridiculous human beings, but it works.
It works. It's a lot of fun. a couple goofs, couple gaffs.
A couple spoofs and splaps. Idiots, man. It makes me happy. The views that we've been getting, people have been appreciating it.
It has. Makes me really happy.
Makes me keep going.
Yeah.
Not in like a depressing way, but it makes me keep making YouTube videos.
I didn't even think about it. Do you need to talk when we're done filming?
Get on the ground. There is a crazy arrest that I seen earlier today that we're going to put in a video later this week. I'll edit it in so you guys can appreciate the absolute unit that this guy is. This guy.
Yeah.
He...
I was trying to figure out which video you were talking about.
The only one I showed you today.
Well, you showed me one and sent me one, so I was like...
Yeah, this guy is an absolute unit. He gets this chick in like an arm bar. He's professional. It's pretty funny.
It's pretty great.
Yeah. So we plan on we're going to probably scale the podcast back to not quite an hour and a half because it seems like a lot of y'all are having a hard time getting through the longer videos. We also don't want to tailor our video to just, 3-5 minute videos. We just want to put out some funny ones like the 32 questions with us. Mm-hmm. That was just something funny we wanted to do because you had shown me what is it?
It's 73 questions with Vogue.
Yeah.
And we watched Selena Gomez one, and it's just they're dry as shit. Like
real
the actual
dry and
ones
real
are dry as
serious.
shit.
Yeah, so we were like, let's do our version of that.
Yeah.
So we got you popping out of a bush, me on a vending machine.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So we do plan on doing stuff like that, quite often. We're gonna probably do 2 or so videos like that, like the shorter, funny ones a week, and then we'll do at least one podcast.
Yeah.
A week. That's what I plan on doing. I think that's pretty good because we've been getting a lot of views on the shorter videos. Mm-hmm. So if you guys do like our shorter videos, you let us know that as well.
Yeah.
I know a lot of it's us asking you guys to let us know what you like, but we are a new YouTube channel and we're trying to figure out what our new audience likes.
Yep. It's all about just figuring out what you guys are really into.
Yeah. Because I know I like the longer form, just sitting here talking about different topics, but I've also had a lot of fun shooting like the ASMR video. I hate ASMR. I think it's so stupid, but it was really fun to make our version of that.
It was.
Where it's like the anti-ASMR. I think that was pretty funny.
I have a lot of fun putting our spin onto traditionally serious things.
Yeah. Just something that's trendy, and it's like, this is so whack. Let's do it our way.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun with it, so... That's the plan for the channel. If you guys are still listening up until this point, I hope you are. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm ready to sign off. We'll get ready for the next videos this week because I am fucking pumped.
I am too.
We have a really big one coming up. Mm-hmm. It's going to take me a little bit of money. We're not making money off of this, and the shop has slowed down quite a bit. So it's going to take a little bit for me to get the money to make this video. But trust me when I say... You will not be disappointed.
You will not.
This video is the fucking definition of just how batshit crazy my mind works. I just was one night like, hey, what if we do this? And we'll do like these 3 combined videos in this way. And she was like, Jesus Christ. Okay.
This is just a testament to how, what I'm willing to go along with.
Yeah. I'm a preposterous person, and together we do a lot of dumb shit. So I'm very, very excited for this video coming up.
I'm so excited for this. And if you don't like it, your standards are way too high.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's very on brand for us.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, this video is going to be like a test to see how cool you are and if you're down with us.
This one's just a test. Later we get to the real shit.
Yeah.
But it's going to go up from here.
Because so far y'all been witnessing bank robberies, attempted bank robberies, filming on places you're not supposed to, doing a ridiculous ASMR, and then a dumb 32 questions. But it's been a great ride,
It has.
and I'm so excited to see where it takes us.
Me fucking too.
It's going to be pretty fucking great.
It is.
So thank you guys. We really appreciate and love you all.
Thank all of you again.
To my family back home and here, love you and thank you. Appreciate you.
To my family here at the shop and my dad, thank you.
We will be seeing you guys soon. Y'all take it easy. Hasta la pasta.